here with Max from UME6. How's it going?
Good. Good Saturday in Austin, Texas. So early show today. So I think we're going to have a few drinks tonight and enjoy ourselves. So it's been a good tour so far. We've enjoyed it a lot. Very cool.
So we heard a rumor that you guys were watching a soccer game before this.
Yes.
Or a football game, as you might call it.
Myself and Joshua, we were watching the Arsenal player who we support, and they drew against our arch nemesis. So we're just all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's intense.
It was quite intense. Yeah, it's an intense moment.
So how is it being back in the States? I mean, are there things you have to get used to, or is it?
No, not really. Like it's nice to be back here. Obviously, we were meant to be here in April, but we had to postpone because Josh basically got on vocal rest. So it's been like nearly a year now since we went back here. But things are going great. You know, we've had real good success with our single "Room to Breathe," and it's going on active rock radio. I think it's in the top 5 right now. So we've had radio play for once. You know, we've never had that before, and it's definitely brought a new demographic of fans into our shows, and there's a few more people coming out. So no, we're really happy, and it seems like everything's going great. And Cavalier Youth's made a dent over in America now, so it seems like UME6 is spreading across America.
That's awesome. Speaking of the vocal exhaustion thing that went on, that had to have been frustrating for you guys to have to postpone the show, and how was that kind of like with him recovering, and how do you think he felt about it?
Yeah, it was difficult having to postpone the shows because we don't really like to do it, and I don't think fans like doing it as well, because obviously they bought tickets for a show in April and they've had to come now in September, October time. So it's something we had to do though, because obviously if he was gonna go out and sing on a worn out voice, he could do a lot more damage, and it could have put a lot more things out. Instead of just 1 month, it could have been 8 months or 9 months, you know. So it was tough on all of us, but it was the right decision to make. And you know, right now I think it was the best decision because we've been able to go and carry on touring, and it's not easy, but you have to buy it sometimes and just get on with it, and that's what we had to do.
Right. Okay, so in another interview, y'all said that with this most recent album, the entire band was a little bit more involved in like the writing process and everything, and that before it wasn't really like that. Do you think that it made you guys grow as a band?
Yeah, definitely. When we started writing for Cavalier Youth, we had a few ideas before the end of last year, and we wrote a few songs, and Win Some Lose Some, Room to Breathe being the first one, and Carpe Diem came out of it. And then after we did our show at Wembley in 2012, we went off and we actually went and wrote all together straight away, which is we've not really done before as a band. We've always just done it in a practice studio, been like, I've got this idea, or this person's got that idea. And it was a little bit more involvement and a lot more like hanging out wise, and I think that's why we shaped up our record to be like this, because it's called Cavalier Youth for a reason. It's Carefree Youth, and it kind of felt carefree when we were recording it and writing it, because we had nobody working for that time. We dropped our record label, we didn't have any management at the time, so it was kind of like, right, we'll start from scratch again, you know, like let's not worry about it, let's just enjoy ourselves and write some music.
Okay, so with now this radio play going on and y'all starting to spread worldwide, what's next? Like, what's the next goal you're working towards?
The next goal for UME6 is, I think, we're just going to complete off the Cavalier Youth cycle. It goes on to like next year. And there's talks of us writing again, so there's obviously we'll get back into the studio, and it won't be a quick turnaround. We want to make sure that we come back out with another album that's great, but it's taken the next step now from Cavalier Youth, and we had a #1 record in the UK, and we want to show everybody else in the world why we're having this success in Europe and Australia. So I think America's a big target for us, and we want to kind of just come over here and play a lot more. So I think that's our aim, really, just to kind of have this as almost as an introducing album to people again, because we've been going for a band for 10 years now, and some people have never heard of us before. They come down to the shows for the first time, seeing as we've been here 10 times, first time out of 10 times, you know, it is kind of like an introduction. So I think it's more about what we do next time around. I think I'm going to leave that as a mystery.
Last time you were here in San Antonio, you guys let a fan, kind of local artist, come on stage with you and join you for a song.
Yeah.
Is that something y'all do regularly, or you would be willing to do again?
It's not a regular thing. It just depends on the mood we're in that day, you know.
Yeah.
So it kind of just, we don't pre-plan it every day. Be like, yeah, we're going to pick this person out, they're going to do it. It's kind of like just spur of the moment kind of thing. So
yeah, we know you guys are into like supporting smaller bands. Can you think of like a smaller, lesser known band right now off the top of your head that you want to kind of give a shout out to?
One was Royal Blood for me, but they've kind of started picking up, you know. There's a band from the UK I like called Pulled Apart by Horses. We're kind of like grunge rock, like revival of the 90s kind of style, so they just released a wicked record. There's a band called Biffy Clyro who are not massive over here, and they should be, so I'm going to give those guys a shout out because they're good friends of ours and they write great songs. So.
Awesome. So, y'all are going to be in the US for Halloween.
Yeah.
Do y'all have any big Halloween plans?
No idea, because we're normally playing shows on Halloween, and this year we're not actually playing a show on Halloween, so I don't know. I think we're just going to try and find a party and just have a good time, no matter what we do. I don't know where we're going to be, though, so...
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to find something.
We'll just bring the British party along, you know, that's what we'll have to do. So.
Yeah. Alright, well, thank you so much. It was a great interview.
No worries, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Cheers.